Hello everyone and welcome to a makeup tutorial. I have never done one of these videos before, but I thought I would try something new. I would see how you guys like it, and I'm sure some of you are curious as to how I do my makeup. It's actually really simple. This is a really beginners friendly guide on how to do makeup. Now, the only thing that I put on before recording was foundation, which I put moisturizer on before my face so that the foundation sticks much better to my face and it's not all cakey, so it looks all smooth. I know it looks like I'm wearing lipstick or lip gloss, but I'm actually wearing this chapstick that is black currant scented, and it actually gives some color to your lips. So that's why it looks like I'm kind of wearing a little bit of makeup, but I just have the base down. Now for the things you're gonna need a few brushes. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different brushes, and you're gonna need some eyeshadow palettes. This one is by Morphe and it's called 9 Hours Hot for Hue. I got this at Winners. This one is also by Morphe and I got this one at Sephora. And for finding your eyeshadow color that you want to use, you want to pull up a picture of the color wheel, something opposite of your eye color. So if your eye color is brown, you want to have something opposite to brown. And the same thing goes for blue eyes. You want to find something that is completely opposite. So that would be, I think, red. I personally prefer doing brown, but I've been going between these two palettes. Some days I'll do pink, some days I will do brown, and I'll do something that looks a little more natural. This is entirely optional, eyeliner. But the last thing I would recommend is just doing some blush. The very last thing that I use is an eyebrow gel, and this is just a clear eyebrow gel. This isn't tinted. You can use a tinted one if you want. This is just a clear one. You just put it on your eyebrows to shape them and make them look more put together. Then there's mascara, which is 100% optional. I'm not wearing mascara right now. And in case anyone is wondering, this is what my natural eyelashes look like. These are not, I don't glue on eyelashes, I don't do anything. These are just my natural looking eyelashes. I don't really use mascara at all because mascara is really damaging for your eyelashes and I don't want to damage my eyelashes. So that is optional if you want to do it. Then we have lip liner. This is the Rare Beauty one, which is Selena Gomez's makeup brand, and this one is called the picture up on the screen of the actual shade. From Rare Beauty, I actually also have the liquid blush, but this blush is so pigmented that you have to be so careful when you use it. You have to use the smallest amount. If you put too much, you're gonna have to restart all over again, which is why I don't really use this blush. But I will say this blush shade is really nice. And this one is Joy. Don't know if the camera's gonna focus on that. It does not want to focus, but it is called Joy. So once you've done your foundation, you want to grab your eyeshadow palette. You want to kind of find the base color that you're gonna use. Now for me, I like to use this one right here. This brown one that is the most used shade in the entire palette. And you want to take some of it on your brush. And this brush is actually, I forgot to mention, this brush kind of has an angle to it. If you can see, it's angled and that helps. So if you can try to use an angled brush, it just helps with being a little more precise. Now, you want to make sure that you tap it to let the excess powder off. As you can see, there's quite a lot that came off there. Okay, and then you're just gonna apply this all across your eye and try to get the corners the most, because on the outer side, because the further you go, it's gonna kind of be a gradient because you're gonna use a darker shade here than you are here. So you want to make sure that you cover the base. I just remembered it's called the crease of your eye. So the inner crease, you want to focus on putting more product on the inner crease. Now that you've done the base, now you want to find a shade on your eyeshadow palette that is a little bit darker, just a little bit darker. So for me, I use this one, which I'm just remembering now it's at the back. So that is, I use Haute, Haute, Horizon, Haute, I think, Horizon, and then I use Flying Sparks, and then I use Flying Sparks, and then I use Flying Sparks and Soul Searcher's Very Last at the very end. And then we're also going to use Totally Toasted as well at the very end. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of the Flying Sparks shade, and I'm going to put this kind of on the very edge of my brush. You don't want to get too much, but you want to get a good amount, because you kind of want this to be, you kind of want to have some control over this part. Also, one thing I've realized with eyeshadow is that when you apply it, when it's freshly applied, it's gonna look very light, but over time it will darken. So don't worry if it doesn't look the way that you want it to look, because oftentimes I find I'll put it on and then I'll look like 10-20 minutes later and it's kind of set and there's more color and it's more vibrant. So don't worry about it not looking perfect, because it will eventually, the colors will start to show more. And as you can see, it's lighter here on the inner crease and it gets darker here. So, okay, so it creates a nice, so it creates a nice gradient. If you want, you can go back and fix the inner crease if you're noticing that there's not really that much of a gradient. I'm going to use this nice, vibrant, deep, dark red, and I'm going to put the smallest amount on my brush. If you can see that, there's the smallest amount of red on there, because I don't want to put that much accidentally. I don't want to put too much, so you're just gonna put this at the very corner of your eye. And there we go. So now we are gonna do, so now we're gonna do the last step for eyeshadow, and that is to use glitter. So you're gonna get some glitter eyeshadow, put it on your finger. I tried putting this on a brush and then applying it, and I didn't notice that it worked. So I like to use my finger and just go across my eye like that. And kind of on the inner crease of your eye. I don't know if it's showing, if you guys can see it too well. I will try to fix it in post if it's not showing up too well, but there you have it. And then the other eye. Okay, and there we have the eyeshadow. So firstly, for the blush, you want to get a brush that's kind of bigger. I honestly just I'm trying not to make a mess on my desk, but you want to get a good amount of it on your brush. This is what I do. I don't know what other people do, but this is what I do that I find works best for me. Don't worry about not seeing it show up right away, because it does take a minute or two to actually show up, so don't go crazy with blush if you don't see it showing up. There we go, and as you can see, the blush really does a lot without doing a whole lot. Now for the lip liner, you want to find a shade. I like to wear a shade that kind of looks like my lip shade already. I look so awkward right now, so just shoving my face in front of the camera. And there you have it. Then the next step, this is optional, is eyeliner. I'm not gonna do eyeliner because I am horrible at doing eyeliner, but if you wanna do eyeliner, do eyeliner. Last thing I almost forgot to do is the eyebrows. Your eyebrows, and make them look however you want them to look. You kind of got to do this fast because the gel sets pretty fast. Alright, there we go. And as you can see, my eyebrows look a lot more put together and aligned. That's all gel does. And that is everything that I do for my makeup. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned something new. If you want to try out this look, you're more than welcome to. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, consider hitting that subscribe button, and until next time, I'll see you all on the next one. Bye!